velocity. I'll see those up there at the very top. You can see that one skyline. If you come down the mountain, you'll see more kind of scattered around. Yeah, there's sheep all over that. The more you look, the more sheep you see.
Oh, they're everywhere up there. How far away do you think they are right now?
Oh, you know, at the top, they're probably 700 or 800 yards.
Yeah, that's a good 800 yards.
They're just kind of hanging out in the shade. I mean, it's hot right now. They're in a real good vantage point.
I mean, if we try to make a move, they'd just probably skedaddle as soon as we got close, right?
Yeah, I mean, they've got the high ground, which is pretty typical when you're hunting Aoudad. I don't know. I mean, it'd be tough for us to kind of make a move on them. You know, the sheep hunting's a patience game, and they're moving around. The longer we sit here, we need to get out of here before we...
Why don't we push on out of here and go down and check those other hills over there you're talking about?
Let's go look for another herd.
Sounds good.
I'm retired First Sergeant Jerry Peters, ex-cavalry scout. I grew up hunting as a very small child. My dad took me out hunting, and it just developed into a passion that I just continued hunting my entire life until my first tour of Iraq when I got injured. The appeal wasn't there to go hunting anymore. 2003 to 2004 with the 4th Infantry Division, we were some of the first units to cross the border in Iraq. When you start breaking that bank in Kuwait to go to Iraq, your adrenaline's through the roof. You're like, hey, this is what I've been trained to do. Let's do it. Well, about 2 months later, it was May 28th. It started off like any other day. It was our turn, my section's turn, to go out on a presence patrol. And it was a 3-vehicle convoy. I was the last vehicle, and the first 2 Humvees took their left. And as it was my turn to take the left, I saw out of the corner of my eye, probably 30 yards away from me, 4 guys stand up, 2 of them with RPGs. RPGs are big grenades, basically, that are fired out of a rocket launcher. Both those RPGs hit the back door. My entire right side got hit with shrapnel. Took part of my calf, back of my arm, blew out both my eardrums. It flayed open my hip, my thigh.
This is your first deployment?
That was my first deployment. It was only 2 months of being there. When I got blown up, I was actually in and out of hospitals for 3 months. And I went back. And
Same job?
Same job. Same platoon, same section, same everything.
How many years did you have in the service?
I had just under 21 years.
Well, thank you for your long service.
I got back out there in nature and kind of reconnected me to that childhood memories that I found so important and comforting.
A longtime Grateful Nation fan, Jerry wrote to share his love of the show and all the wounded veterans that we feature. And in no time at all, he was en route to West Texas to hunt Aoudad with Lone Star legend Wes Mundy.
It was just overwhelming that I was even invited to come out here and enjoy this West Texas ranch to hunt an animal, frankly, I've never even heard of.
Jerry, you've never been Aoudad hunting before.
No, I've never even heard of an Aoudad till last month. I'm pretty excited to go see one of these
You did a little
critters.
research though, didn't you?
I have. I know they're not a native species to North America at all. They came from North Africa. Just after World War II, just found out they have no natural predators in this area, so they're kind of taking over the place and destroying the ecosystem.
They are. When you got 200 sheep on the mountain, they just eat it down to nothing, and this country will never be the same.
I bet, yeah.
And they're an exotic in Texas, so they can get hunted 365 days a year. While we've got a little bit of light, we'll sight that in and then get up early in the morning and go hunt some sheep.
Well, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good time.
The fall is really the peak of the Aoudad rut, and this is the time of year to hunt Aoudad.
Need some ear pro?
I got some. I've only got one good year left, and it's not that great.
He's a shooter because he grew up hunting, but also because he's also a graduate of the U.S. Army Sniper School.
All these guys that I've hunted with that are ex-military, they're all great shots, so there was no question in his shooting ability.
Go ahead. Dead center. Do one more for safety. He put 2 rounds, boom, right on the steel. Dead Aoudad. All right.
Think we're good, huh?
You squared away, you did a good job.
I would feel comfortable with probably a 300. I would not hesitate to pull the trigger. 400, everything would have to be perfect for me to feel confident.
Luckily, over the last couple of years, I've been able to get closer to sheep, so I'm not having to shoot the real long distances that we have in the past. You never know, so it's always better to be prepared for a 500-yard shot and make a 200-yard shot.
This time, Wes is determined to get First Sergeant Peters a studly Aoudad too, but Mother Nature, well, she has other ideas. Did you bring your rain gear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just go out and make the best of it. It's not raining right now. Maybe we'll get a few hours this morning before we
I
get
feel a
rain.
little drip here and there.
Yeah,
it's kind of spitting on us.
It's kind of spitting on us.
I don't care what's going on. I've been waiting months for this sheep. So I'm excited, and let's get out there and get wet if we have to.
Well, we'll do what we can. We just got to watch for lightning.
First Sergeant says it's okay to get wet.
All right. Let's get on this buggy and get out of here.
All right,
Sounds
brother.
good.
Let's go.
We took a chance, and as soon as we got in the pasture, we were seeing sheep. I mean, it was great. You look on one side and you see sheep, and you look on the other side of the valley, and the sky is green. Typically, that means hail, which is not good out here.
But we did get lucky because you just spotted like 30,
Yeah, I mean,
30.
yeah. The bad news is the storm. The good news is right to the left of the saddle, there's about 30 or 40 sheep.
So you reckon they'll hold tight? Storm's gonna come in and they'll probably just hunker down
Yeah,
there.
they'll.
We come back out after the storm, they'll probably be right there again.
I would imagine, yeah. As bad as this storm looks like it's going to be, and with the thunder and lightning we're seeing,
And this is coming in quick.
yeah, I think we got to get out
Let's
of
get
here.
at it.
Those creeks can fill up with water in a hurry.
So what are we doing
And-
sitting here talking?
Yeah, we need to head out.
Let's get at it.
I'd like to go kill
Yeah.
one of those sheep, but we got to
Well, we'll
go.
come back. They'll be there when we get back.
Yeah.
Coming into the hunt, you never know what to expect. It's been hot, it's been cold. And as we drive back, it just all of a sudden just hits us.
We tried to beat the storm, but it was faster than us.
I stayed very dry up top, but with the wind and bouncing around on the buggy, I can't say the same for my bottom side.
We came back and everybody was soaked. We had to dry off, dry our clothes. We had to regroup. If you don't like the weather in Texas, just stick around 5 minutes and it'll change. And literally, within an hour, it changed.
You see how far you can see out there. That's crazy. Finally, we came back out, and now it's 90 degrees and waiting for a sunburn. But the animals are out and walking around. We're seeing a bunch of them.
You know, first one, the front one, he stopped. He's a big boy.
Yeah, he's a good sheep. People wonder why you shoot Aoudad or why you hunt Aoudad for the trophy, but
Right.
if you look down this fence line, you can clearly see night and day,
The damage.
and that's what Aoudad do to this country. The problem is they were long ways away.
How far are they, boss?
867 right now. That lead ram, he was pretty nice, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
He's gonna put us on more sheep. We're just gotta be patient. Only time can tell. I mean, it's called hunting, not shooting.
First Sergeant Jerry Peters is our honored guest, and having been hit with RPGs and surviving that attack, such a story he has. A guy who served his country over 20 years in the Cavalry Scouts and with so many other units, and as a leader as a first sergeant, but he was also a drill sergeant as well for 2 years. That guy has shown time and time again what it means to be a true hero.
But as a kid, I always had this in my heart to be a soldier, and I kind of knew I was going to be a career soldier going into it. Every time you wake up or go out the gate, you know there's that possibility of you're not going to come back, possibly. So I think a lot of the guys, to include myself, accept the fact that we're over there doing the country's bidding. So if it takes the ultimate sacrifice, which unfortunately it happens way too often, you just you deal with that in your own way. Everybody deals with it in their own way. Myself, I suffer from PTSD, and unfortunately we lose way too many every day, not to combat wounds, but to suicide, self-inflicted wounds. I mean, you gotta be willing and brave enough to admit it, that you need help. So maybe some vet out there is missing something in his or her life. We'll see this episode and, open their eyes to getting out and trying hunting for the first time, or maybe even reconnecting with hunting. I think a lot of those guys would enjoy just sitting here looking at this beautiful country that we defend anyway. I mean, you might as well get out here and enjoy these mountains, this wind, the animals that...
Getting stuck in the rainstorm like we did today.
And you know what? That's part of it.
That's all part of it.
That's part of it. I guess I have the warm, fuzzy feeling when I'm out here, enjoying nature out here, just smelling all the different smells. Holding a hunting rifle is just an experience in itself to me. I can't think of any place I'd rather be right now.
our last day in Texas with First Sergeant Jerry Peters and Wes Mundy of Double Diamond Outfitters. And there's an Aoudad on our hit list. We're up top, just taking in the view.
I just happened to, I was lucky. I looked at the right spot at the right time and saw a couple Aoudads skylining themselves on the rock outcropping. Pretty big.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Well, that's where they're at. It was good that we saw them, but bad that now we got to drop off the top of the mountain and start going after them.
I'm not a guy that's going to turn down a challenge. I can fight through a lot of pain.
You got to strap your pack on and you got to go to where the sheep are at. They love rough, rocky terrain. That's what they thrive in.
I didn't expect all this loose rock. I was really nervous about walking the mountains with my injuries. I wasn't sure if I could do it.
Everybody good?
Take a little break.
We stopped for a moment, take a breather, and we're looking at him.
Yeah, that's a good ram.
And sure enough, he's coming towards us too.
He doesn't know we're here. Let's just go ahead and sit down.
Wes said the more mature rams tend to satellite the main herd. And the main herd had went on the other side of the rock cropping, and this ram was by itself.
That's a really good ram. Let's go ahead and get in position.
Still heading straight towards us. You see him?
Oh yeah, I got him.
This Aoudad, this beautiful ram, he just kept working his way right towards us, right towards us. All right, 298.
I'd like for him to turn a little more. We've got the wind on him. Just let him keep coming.
He's still oblivious to us, boys.
Being a sniper in the Army, I knew I had to take some deep breaths and slow down my breathing rate. But everything out there is sharp rocks. And I just happened to have a really sharp rock in my groin. And every time I moved the rifle a little bit to get a better aim on it, that rock dug into my groin.
Go ahead and put a round in. That's a great sheet.
When we got to about 230 yards, there's a large rock, and it's the craziest thing. All right, left side of that rock, his head just popped up. You see it, Jerry?
Yeah, I do. I just saw it.
He's coming up on that rock. You see that rock?
No way.
Okay, he's kind of facing, you see him? He's facing to the left.
I see him.
That's a beautiful shot.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
That's
that good?
A perfect shot. Jerry's never shot a sheep. He's a great sheep. He's standing there broadside at 210 yards. You don't pass those opportunities up. If you like it, kill him. Put it right on his shoulder.
Here it goes, boys.
Great shot. You got him. You got him.
He's running. He just fell down. He's down. He's down. Wow.
Awesome.
Good shot for a sergeant.
Awesome. That was a beautiful shot.
Congratulations,
Thank
buddy.
you.
With that Savage and the Bushnell scope, it was not a hard shot at 210 yards. I put a round right through it.
Here it goes, boys.
When that ram stepped up on the rock, he made a perfect shot right in the shoulder. The sheep didn't know what hit him. It's not every day that you have them walk right to you.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Gives me an appreciation for those Aoudads in there. Sure-footedness.
I think I just want to get over there and see that kill.
I know you do. We're getting
Wes
close.
says we're getting close, though.
I see him.
There's the rock.
Look at that.
First Aoudad, brother. Hope it's not your last.
They're tough. They gotta be some tough animals to live out here.
I mean, you've seen what it took to get over here. Just imagine living in this.
Yep.
See how his mouth's all green? Because he eats all this stuff. And you can see back here where he's been fighting and been rubbing with other Aoudad.
You said what, anything over 20, 28?
Anything over 28's a trophy. This one for sure.
This is the first hunt of our 10th season, and I can't tell you how excited I am that this was our first hunt.
Oh, well,
because this is true hunting. Outstanding, First Sergeant.
Appreciate it.
Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, now the work begins. You're gonna fire him and carry him out of here.
Okay,
All right,
let's do it.
Straight up that
the
hill. That's it.
The pain coming out was absolutely worth everything that happened on this hunt. It could always be worse.
Real soldier and toughed it out and made a great shot and got a great sheep. Oh man, I think I forgot my rangefinder. Can you run back and get it for me, Jerry?
Nope.
Picture perfect Aoudad hunt. If this doesn't get your blood pumping and make you want to come out here to West Texas and maybe book a hunt, I'll tell you, I don't know what would.